What's up everyone, it's Kyle from Color Expression, back with another swatch and review. So today we're looking at the ILNP New Year's Eve collection, which released last month for New Year's. This is 6 new shades. You can see we have 5 shimmers and then a topper that sort of goes along with all of the shimmers. It's a very nice collection. We're getting a cool range of color, and I absolutely love this pigment and formula from ILNP, so I am very excited to look at these ones with you guys. These are all available now from ILNP, so I will link their website down below. Each shade is available individually for $10 USD, or you can grab the whole collection for $60 USD. A few things about ILNP. They are an independent nail polish brand that is based in the USA. Their formulas are non-toxic, 7-free, vegan, and cruelty-free, and they do offer international shipping. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe down below with notifications turned on so you're never missing out on the new ILNP or nail polish content. And since you're going to be down there, you should give this video a thumbs up. But I think it's time we now look at these swatches. I did also want to mention that ILNP just released a glossy top coat and a base coat as well, which they have never had these products, and I'm so excited that they're out now. So they have Lockup, which is their base coat. So far, I have really enjoyed using it. I feel like it dries down really quickly. It sticks to the polishes really well. And as for the top coat, you will see it in all of the full hand swatches in this video, and also have really enjoyed the experience with that. So I definitely recommend checking them out. The first shade we'll take a look at is Showstopper, which is this sort of like hot pink magenta-y color, and you'll see throughout this whole collection we get these pretty pigmented jelly bases paired with a similar shimmer in them, and sometimes there's like a little bit of variation in the shimmer. There's some flecks of other colors going on, but I really love this pigment that ILNP uses. I feel like we saw it quite a few times from them this year, but I'm not complaining about it. It's so sparkly and beautiful, and just something about it is so unique. But we did build it up in 2 coats for full coverage, and you can really just see what a great color payoff we got. There is so much of that pigment on the nail, and it just looks absolutely stunning. It looks like water or like glass. I don't even know how to describe it. They just look so beautiful in the end. And once we sort of shift those fingers around as well, you'll get to see some like green and yellow and a little bit of bronze in there. So I really loved that about this one as well. Next, we have the very aptly named Ruby, which is this super deep and pigmented red polish. And you can see right on this application, it's a pretty similar formula to the last one, where we have that really pigmented red jelly base and then so much of that shimmer in here. And again, that's going to change color at the extreme angle. So I just love all the elements of these polishes working together to look so unique and beautiful. And I could truly talk about this pigment forever, because seeing it in person, it does look so different than the camera can even capture. It's so much sparklier, and the way that all of those little dots hit the light, it's like truly magical. And this is like, if you want a ruby red slipper from Wizard of Oz polish, I think this is gonna be your one. It looks like it's a jeweled red polish. It's so beautiful. And then, like I said, we get some of that shift over to like an orange and a gold in the extreme angle, so just a really big fan of this one as well. Next up is Good Fortune, which, on the topic of Wizard of Oz, I feel like this one is like the Emerald City in a polish. So, I mean, if you like Wizard of Oz, this might be your collection. But this one is a really beautiful, deep, rich green base, and then it has all of that like green shimmer pigment in there as well. And I felt like in person you do get some like glints of blue in the head-on angle, so that's like where I mentioned earlier, you do sometimes get these other little flecks of color, and it almost gives like a holographic effect, even though these aren't holographic, but they're just so like shifty, and there's so much shimmer that you get all of these little dots of color, and it's just, oh, it is so gorgeous. And the thing I love about this one as well is the color shift actually goes over to like a sort of blue and a purple, so we're definitely getting those cooler tones in this polish, and I feel like it was just so gorgeous. I feel like a perfect holiday color, perfect like any time of year color, so this one's definitely versatile and probably one of my favorites. Next up, we have Invite Only, which is this sort of mid-toned blue color base, and then in there, I'd say this one has a pretty even mix of like two colors of the shimmer. So you can see some of them are looking pretty like blue, like a little bit of a deeper blue, and then some of them look almost like greenish gold, which I think that is a sort of golden shimmer shining through that blue base, gives it the green effect. And it's just like so cool because that's where I was mentioning that almost holographic effect. You just get so many different types of color bouncing around on the nail that it does almost look like there's like hollow in it, because you're getting like blue, gold, green. It's like, what color is it? I don't know, but it's freaking gorgeous. This one is very like aquatic to me. I feel like this one had super mermaidy vibes, and especially with that shimmery pigment, it does remind me of like the sun bouncing on the ocean or like a lake or something. So I totally love this one too. Next up, we've got Last Call, which is this sort of deep bluey purple. I guess you could call this one a sort of indigo, because the base itself is almost like this like grapey purple color, but then the shimmer pigment in here, you can see we're getting some darker blue, some lighter blue. There's like a pretty even mix again, I would say, of like different colors of shimmer in this one, and I totally love when they do that. It really gives that sort of hollowy effect, because you can see a little like glimpse of red and green and just all these different colors, because all that pigment is hitting the light at different angles, and it's just, oh, it is so gorgeous. I gushed way too much about these shimmers in this video, but I guess that's the point. You can see this one built up as a full manicure is so gorgeous. It's like a night sky. It would be such a good base for nail art, or just as its own full manicure is so pretty. You can see that shift to purple. It's almost like a magenta-y purple, and it is very cool and unique. I'm obsessed. Rounding out this collection, we have Ball Drop, which, what a perfect finale, of course. This one is a topper, but I think could also easily be used as a full coverage shade, because you can see as we apply this single coat, mind you, of this polish over black, there is so much pigment, there is so much of that shimmer, and we're getting all different colors. It's like all of the shimmers from each of the polishes are mixed together in this one, and it's just like an explosion of color. It is like a little firework on the nail, also perfect, and I think that this was a great addition to this collection. It's like the perfect way to sort of combine all of the shades and make something beautiful, and they do all have that sort of duochrome shift. You can see it's almost to like a golden color, which is unexpected but really nice. Of course, we had to take a look at this whole collection together, so you can see each of the shades do have a very different look, but they all have that same sort of formula and pigmentation going on, so they are cohesive, and I feel like you could pick one or two and do like a skittle or some nail art, and they're gonna look great together. I feel like this was a very cohesive collection in a great formula. I'm obsessed with this pigment, so I totally recommend these. Now that we have seen all of these new shades, I want to hear your thoughts on them, so leave a comment down below. Let me know which one is your favorite. Did you pick any of these up upon their release, or seeing them again, do you think there's any that you'll grab now? I personally love this collection. I love this pigment. I think that if any of these colors calls to you, you should pick it up. You're not going to regret that decision. Like I mentioned, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, but I think that's going to be it for this one today. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.